hardcores out there, how you doing? I hope you're alright. That's all I care about. Hardcore boxing fans. And all you casuals out there and trolls and haters, I hope you're doing okay as well, because we do need you in the sport. We just care for you a little bit, us hardcores, don't we? I know I go on about this a lot, but I don't want to make it about just hardcores and casuals, because there's more to boxing fans than that. I mean, I've got members of my family that are not hardcore, and they're not casuals. They just buy the Sky every month because they feel that they need to watch odd program on Sky, or they watch football. But but that's how it goes. I'm gonna bring up today. I don't know how to say Amir Khan, innit? Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. Now, a lot of people know that when I worked with Dennis for 38 months, I know I keep going on about it, but how could I forget? The best time of my life. The best time of my life, seeing how boxing works. The dream job. And you know, you go to bed at night and you think, wow, I can't wait to go to work in the morning. I can't wait to talk boxing with Dennis and bounce about with Dennis and go for lunch and fly to Jersey. I flew over there 5 times. You know, go to visit Dennis at his house. He lives over at road from Clinton Woods. It's all exciting, going out for lunch with Fraser, his mate, and seeing how things work, having lunch in Royal Yacht Club at Jersey. All great, but it's just as great meeting up with Rico and Terry from New Age Pod, and even Stig, even meeting people like that, because they're all peers. They're all my peers. People who have something to do with boxing, whether you're podcasts, hardcore fans or anything, they're my peers. Now whether you own 2 big hotels in Jersey like Dennis, or scrap metal companies, loads of properties, multi-millionaire, or whether you're just an hardcore boxing fan with 50 quid in your pocket, to me they're my peers. Now I'm going to talk about Kell Brook, Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Now a lot of people probably know this because I've brought it up before. 2016, Dennis's dad died in 2017, January the 11th. Leading up to that, Dennis was in talks with Asif Valley, who was at the time advising Amir Khan. They were in talks to make the Brook fight. They actually got a sit down with Eddie Hearn. They had a sit down at Joshua's gym opening. He had a gym open in London. Dennis went down with Asif, and I got to see all the figures, what were offered. I'm not going to mention exactly, but Kell knocked it back. Kell and his dad knocked it back. It was a 2-minute meeting. They weren't interested. Now it's all changed now though, hasn't it? It's all changed. Kell's saying, I'm not fighting at 147 and I don't want that, I want X amount. Well, now it's got to a stage now where is Kell going? Where's he going? Now the Ingle Gym have just lost a big fight with Billy Joe, so I can assure you that the Ingles will be advising Kell to just take anything now, won't he? Because Kell Brook's slowly becoming the forgotten man of boxing, isn't he? As far as I'm concerned, Kell Brook was destined to be our greatest ever welterweight. He is that good. But is he now? I mean, if you go back years, we had, let's say for example, Kell Brook moved up £13, didn't he? £13. Now where can you find that equivalent of? Well, let's say for instance, let's go down £13. Now £13 from light middleweight, so Beefy Smith 154 goes up £13, that's 167. Would you put Beefy Smith in with Carl Froch? You won't, would you? Now Golovkin, top at division. Froch at top at division. He was box rec number 1 at one point. Would you put Beefy in with Froch? You wouldn't do it, would you? Now they put Kell in with Golovkin, didn't they? Look what happened. We all know what happened. Kell got well paid. Eddie Hearn didn't lose his deposit for the Eubank Golovkin fight. And everybody went home happy. They threw towel in. But it was the mental damage and the bit of physical damage that were done as well. Now Kell said his face was better than ever. It was better, stronger, quicker, better than ever. The fight after that, for Errol Spence. We all know what happened in the Errol Spence fight, don't we? What happened? Well, Errol Spence smashed his face in again, didn't he? Now, you've got pictures here of Kell. He's now chasing Amir Khan. Kell and his dad, or his dad and his team, they said no to Asif Valley and Dennis's offer. I'm now hearing they're going to take less. They're going to take less than what were offered then. And that were 2016 December, 2017 January. Now Dennis and Asif even went out to Los Angeles and then on to Vegas for the Frampton Santa Cruz fight. And while they were out there, they tried to sort it out. Dennis arranged for him to meet Bob Arum, him and Asif and one of Amir Khan's advisors. They all went to see Todd, is it? And they went to see Bob Arum and Todd LaBeouf and all, and they arranged it. I think Bob Arum's got a son, hasn't he? A stepson, the missus is with. She's got a son that's not Bob's, and Dennis knows him from years ago when he was going out there with Ricky Hatton, and they went to a lot of expense. Eventually Dennis walked away from it. Dennis walked away after spending 10-12 grand on expenses, chasing about. Even Dennis got pissed off, and he's a traitor. He walked away from the Khan Brook mess because there's that much bullshit around the fight. It just, you know, I've met Amir, met him a few times. He's a nice kid. Now, I had him all wrong when he was with Frank years ago. I wasn't a big fan of his. You know, I don't think he handled it so good at times when he hit the big time. But if you meet Amir Khan in person, he is a top kid. He's probably the fastest fighter that you're ever going to see in boxing. Speed wise, his punches have been, he is freakishly fast. Everybody knows that he breaks 7 seconds for 60 metre sprints, which is good because you don't get into your stride until you get 65 metres to you know, if you're a 200 metre sprinter, from 65 to 70 metres to like 130, that's when you get your power. But Amir Khan's a sub 7 seconds for 60 metres, and I'm also told he does a very fast time at 60 metres backwards as well. Now his hand speed is blurringly fast. If you don't believe me, ask Steffi Bull, the ginger whinger from Connerby in Doncaster. It's a village between Dennerby and Conisborough. It's a little village. Ask Steffi Bull. You know what I mean? Steffi Bull fought Amir Khan. He thought he was surrounded. Now Amir Khan just smashed him up with body shots. He was so busy protecting his head. He got smashed to bits with body shots for 10 grand. Amir Khan won a fortune, but he was just basically their donkey fodder, wanted for Amir. But the bottom line is this: Amir Khan is the fastest boxer in world sport. Kell Brook is probably up there with technical ability with Ryan Rhodes. He is that good. Very, very technical fighter. Very fit. Not as fast as Amir, but timing beats speed a day. Babby. I got timing, Babby. Could knock him out for fans a day. Now Kell against Amir, it's a pick 'em fight, innit? They both got attributes. But Amir, if you look at Amir's record, Amir Khan has 10 wins over former, current and future world champions. 10 wins! Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler have 7. Let me repeat that. Amir Khan has 10 wins over world champions. Hagler and Leonard have 7. Kell Brook has what? 3? 3 or 4 is it? I think it might be 3. 3 or 4. But really, there's only Porter on his record that's any good, isn't there, really? All the rest of them are washed up. Amir's got a couple of washed up ones on his record, but that doesn't take anything away from the fact that Kell Brook, coming out of that Ingle gym, is, for technical ability, he's a 10 out of 10. Ryan Rhodes is an 11 out of 10. That's how highly I rate Ryan Rhodes. And Ryan's got a win over a world champion, but there were no world title belt at the stake. It was just a British title, and he was a former world champion, I think, Silky Jones. But Ryan Rhodes, he's up there with all-time greats. The fact that he hasn't got a belt don't mean anything to me. That's just politics in boxing. He's world class, Ryan Rhodes. Ryan Rhodes against Kell Brook at 154. You're going to flip a coin who's going to win that. I'd say Ryan Rhodes personally. I would. I rate him that good, but I also rate Kell Brook very, very, very high. I've won many a pound note with Kell Brook. But there's Amir Khan, a picture of Amir and Kell on Sky when Amir said, "Come on, Kell, you know you got school." Kell, you can just see there, Kell blushed a bit. He went red a bit, didn't he, when Amir said, "Come on, Kell, you know what happened." Now, I've spoke to Amir about this in White's Hotel at Macron Stadium in Bolton. I went there and had lunch with Peter Fury and Rico Verhoeven, the world kickboxing champion. He's also a film star. I had lunch with his trainer while Rico were at the gym in Bolton. His trainer Dennis and Peter and me had a bite, and Amir were there with his fitness guy Tony, is it? And I spoke to Amir about when he sparred Kell. He never said a bad word about Kell. He just said they sparred, and he said I thought I got the better of him. But he said Kell's very, very good. He's world class. He also said nice things about Carl Froch, my friend. So I thought, you know what? I think it's just the media that come out with stuff, you know, hype stuff up. But Amir didn't say no bad about Kell or Carl Froch. He was a gentleman, very polite, very humble. I can see why he's very popular. I'm an Amir Khan fan. Right? I wasn't, but I am now. I'm also a George Groves fan now. I wasn't, but I am now. And if George Groves come back, I will fully support him, because he's probably got the best jab in boxing. He whips it up from that waist. He has got the best jab in boxing, George Groves. He is in the Larry Holmes bracket for jabs. In fact, if George Groves were in my class at school, I won't call him a ginger cunt. I'd call him Jabber, because his jab's that good. Now, all ginger jokes aside, people are going to think I'm being racist towards ginger people, and I'm not. I just don't want my daughter fetching a ginger boyfriend home. But no, basically, I think that Amir Khan against Kell Brook is a great fight, but I think it's lost a bit of its sparkle. As Dennis Hobson would say, it's lost a bit of its sparkle now, Russ. That's just one of Dennis's sayings. Another one of his sayings is, "How are you doing, Russ?" "I'm alright, Dennis, how are you?" "I'm alright, Babby, I've got a few things bubbling." Bubbling, that's a good one, isn't it? That's another one of Dennis's sayings. Here's another one for you, the third one. "Too many cooks spoil the broth." Well, I think the Amir Khan and the Kell Brook fight, too many cooks spoilt the broth. I think at the time, Kell's dad, Terry, or stepdad, I think maybe other people spoke in, and maybe even Amir's dad, and maybe a bit of Amir's ego. I think it all spoilt it. Now, as you can see when you look at them both here, that's Amir fully hydrated. and look at the size of Kell compared to Amir. Look at Kell on the scales and look at Amir fully hydrated. Kell's massive at the weight, innit? I'm going to turn out, I'm going to go into like Eddie Hearn now. Kell's massive at the weight, he's huge, he's a beast, he's a beast. Well, that's what they all told Kell when he were fighting Golovkin. They were masking over the fact that it were IBF, he could still only get in the ring. He could still only go over on the next day £10 because it's very rare a fighter after that initial morning is going to load his son up with loads of food. Do you know what I mean? Because they need time for it to digest. That's why they have that £10 rehydration clause. So Kell, they all told him he was going to be in ring bigger than Golovkin, but it wasn't as natural as Golovkin, were he? And what happened is what I told you all would happen. Throw the towel in. Now the Spence fight, he'd have won the Spence fight if he'd not had the Golovkin fight. Now that lost him his title, but he got 2 pay-per-views. He had one against Frankie Gavin and now he's looking for his 4th. Now Kell Brooks has beat what? 3 world champions? Bellew's beat 3. They're both getting the 4th pay-per-view. He'll get the Khan fight, it'll happen. Froch had 3 pay-per-views, he beat 10 world champion. Where's his 4th pay-per-view? And I'll go on about it, but let's have it right. Carl Froch fucking brought pay-per-view back after Eddie Hearn and Audley ruined it, and then David A tried to ruin it further with that Toegate against Klitschko, and Eddie Hearn's just had 2 on bounce in the last 18 months. Now we're getting off subject here because I lose my fucking cool and start talking about pay-per-view, but here we are. Here's a good picture for you. Spot the odd one out. Eric Morales, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Kell Brook. Spot the odd one out. That's what we're going to play for the next few minutes. What do you reckon to that? Babby. Fat fans, Babby. Fat fans. Now, as I've just said, Kell and Amir, it looks like they could be coming to fruition now. Because there's a slot available in December, isn't there? Now, as far as I'm concerned, they should forget the fight if it's not going to happen and put Callum Johnson against Baturbia a rematch on. Give Callum Johnson a pay-per-view. So he deserves a chance, doesn't he? We've all give Joe Gallagher stick, but Joe Gallagher, people can say he ruined a generation of fighters, but you got Callum Johnson and Callum Smith. He's done well for them, hasn't he? And Crawler. You got, you know what I mean? I know all others didn't make it, but Beefy Smith, he's had a world. Joe Gallagher's not done bad. He's got a few world champions, but getting back to Amir Khan against Kell Brook. Now, Amir Khan has said if we have the £10 rehydration clause, we'll have the fight. All that will be is, and I've seen contracts like this before, Amir Khan will have it in Kell's contract and his contract if they fight that Kell can't weigh more than 157 morning at fight, 10 in the morning. So Kell's done it before, he did it for Errol Spence, so why not? If he does, there'll be a fine. Now what I think will happen is, cause Kell will want to fight again, he'll just go over it and he'll just pay fine. He'll accept that he's going to lose less dough. Because the fight's still going to happen even if he pigs his son out to death. But personally, at this stage of the game, I don't think Kell Brook gets anywhere near Amir Khan. I think Amir peppers him for a 12-round decision. But well, can Amir stay away from Kell's right hand? I don't know, Babby. Don't know, Babs. But we'll see what Eddie's got to say about it. We're right, aren't we, Babby? We're right. What does Eddie think? Is it Fat fans, Eddie? Fat fans. Now, Kell will probably start as a favourite with bookies. He's probably got a slight edge on power. He's a bigger man. He'll be bigger in the ring. Amir's really a lightweight that didn't want to make weight. You could say he's a light welter. Would he have lasted long with Aaron Pryor? No. Is Amir going around saying he's one of the best in the world? No. His best days are behind him. The last world title win for Amir Khan, was July 2011. Zeb Judah shot to bits. That was Amir Khan's last win. Now that's getting on for nearly, we're into the 8th year. It's 7 year 3 months since he fought Zeb Judah for a world title. That's Amir's last world title win. Let me repeat, Amir Khan has not won a world title if he fights Kell in December for 7.5 years, and there won't even be a world title on the line. So what does that tell you? Well, I'm going to tell you what it tells you. That when we go into 2019, Amir Khan's last world title win was 2011. So what does that tell you? It tells you that Amir Khan is a spent force. I know that's harsh, and I know I'm probably going to bump into him again, but Amir is a spent force as regards elite pound for pound top 10, like he was, because he were at pound for pound top 10 money at one point. Now, Amir's days of being the kingpin and elite fighter are gone. It's 2010 when he beat Maidana. I think it's been all downhill since then. But he's got an Amir Khan Foundation. They raise millions of pounds. He's a global phenomenon. You know, when he gets met on the tarmac at Karachi, when they go to Karachi, when he flies into Pakistan, when he gets met on the tarmac on the private planes they fly him over on, private jets or whatever, Amir Khan has outriders that take him to his place in Pakistan. Outriders, mate. He is big news. He shuts cities down over there. Trust me. Now, Kell Brook. What can I say about Kell Brook at the moment? His KO percentage is 67%, so he can punch. He can punch. Now, he's down as super welterweight now, or light middle. Now, he's not going to want to come down, but he's ranked number 5 on BoxRec. Now, if he doesn't fight Amir Khan, where does he go? Because it's March 2016 since Kell's last title win, and that were busy, eh? Before that, Frankie Gavin. Before that, Iron Nut Dan Ion. That's Jojo Dan. So basically, Kell Brook, he's only got 1 elite win on his record, and the guy's still a champion now and he's a top fighter. Sean Porter, he beat Sean Porter over 4 years ago. 4 years, 2 months ago. So Kell Brook's 4 years, 2 months since he's beat a top guy. And Amir's, well, I don't think Zeb Judah were at the top of his game. I think that Amir Khan's last good win was against Maidana. Now, I'll tell you the exact date when he fought Marcus Maidana, because he had a lot of help in that fight from Joe Cortez, in my opinion. Now, I know he dropped him in first round. Amir's dangerous in the first 3 rounds. He looks to take you out. Now, but I've put Amir Brook here, but Amir Brook I've put, it's Amir Khan, isn't it? Amir Khan. Amir Khan BoxRec. Right. I spelled it wrong again. Well, I know it was 2010 when Amir fought Maidana. So Amir's over 8 years since the top win, and Kell's over 4 years. So the spent forces, aren't they? Kell's a spent force and Amir's a spent force. And I know that sounds harsh, but that's the reality of the game. Now, Peter McDonough wants to fight on. Now, he's not training with Peter Fury now, and he still thinks he's got something left in game. Now, everybody still thinks they've got something left in game, and I've got nothing against anybody fighting in boxing. Amir Khan fought Maidana at Christmas 2010. So Amir's 8 years. Since then, he's beat McCloskey in a world title fight, which should have never been stopped. And Zeb Judah, which he was an old man. Since then, he's lost to Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia. He beat Molina and Diaz, but they want world titles. Collazo's a good win. He'd had 5 defeats. Darren Alexander's a good win. but he'd had 2 defeats. Algier is a good win, you know, but he lost to Alvarez. But look at Amir Khan since he lost to Danny Garcia. Since Amir Khan, right, beat Zeb Judah, his last world title win, this is who he's beaten. He's been in with Lamont Peterson. I thought he was robbed. He lost to Garcia, fair enough, but there's 2 there. He's been in with Molina, a former champion, 3, Diaz, you know, and then Collazo, Alexander, Algieri, all in a row, Saul Alvarez. He's fought the best of the best. I know he's beat 10 world champions, but he's also lost 4 times, and 3 of them are world champions. So he's been in with 13 world champions. Kell Brook's been in with what, 5 or 6 world champions. He's half of the resume that Amir Khan's got. He doesn't have a belt to dictate the purse, and so Amir's basically, he's the big news in the fight. He's the A side. So I want to see the fight. There's no reason why they can't make the fight happen. And Eddie Hearn's got to make it happen. He's got to do what he's got to do. I love you, Rookin, eh? He's got to do what he's got to do to make this fight happen, because it's just not happening. It's just not happening at all, and it needs to happen. It needs to happen, and I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. Now, I think it's a great fight. I think you've got speed against a technical guy with the timing. I think Kell Brook, as regards technical ability, I know I pull his leg about his accent, but I've got a similar accent myself, baby. But I think Kell Brook's probably, he's got the best timing in boxing apart from Saul Alvarez. We know how high they rate him. Kell Brook is that good, let me tell you. Don't be fooled. Just because he got knocked out against Golovkin, he was there to be knocked out. You know what I mean? If he was never going to win that fight. And I think the damage was still there in his head after that fight, for the Spence fight. But both cheekbones are repaired now, so Kell Brook shouldn't have any mental issues or worries. But technical ability, I think he's got better technical ability than Amir Khan. Amir's got the speed, hand speed and the footwork, and he can get in and out. Kell's got the timing. Timing beats speed, right? But speed kills. So it's a pick and fight. If Kell lands, he's going to go. If Amir lands, Kell probably won't go. But we don't know how his face is going to roll up, do we? If he starts getting clipped. Before Golovkin fight, I would have said Amir Khan loses to Kell Brook. Since the Golovkin and Spence fights, I'm now saying it's a 50-50 fight. So, but before that, Kell Brook, I'd have said, were a 65-35 favourite. I think them 2 losses that Kell's had, I think that's gonna dent it, gonna make it so it's an even fight. So it's a good fight, but anyway, it's up to you, the fans, to decide what you think. All the best to everybody who was listening in. Thank you. Leave a comment and send any questions to porkycorner@mail.com. But thank you for supporting the channel, and shout out to the people that have helped me and the sponsors. Alright, you take care. God bless. Big shout out to Stacey Cross.